What is up, super fam and bro Vengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today we are going to be doing our watch party and review for none other than Season 2, Episode 2 of, that's right, of House of the Dragon, baby. I'm really excited to get into this second episode this week, man. Last week's episode was crazy. It was filled with all types of emotions that I don't think I was prepared for. And honestly, I don't think anybody was prepared for the emotions that we felt last week. So I'm excited to get into all of those vibes again and really see how the ramifications of the decisions of none other than Blood and Cheese really affect the universe of House of the Dragon from here on out. But with all that being said, I hope you guys are having a really good Sunday today. Yesterday was my son's birthday party. We had a really good time, had some family and some friends pull up, had some good vibes, some good food, some good cake, some good ice cream, all those type of things. Let me know how your guys' weekend has been, and I hope we are all here and ready to get into House of the Dragon for the next, to start our new week off, right? Alrighty. Make sure you drop a like on the stream if you haven't already, and you can also follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be partaking in at that particular time. And of course, you can check out that weekly podcast wherever you check your podcasts out at. All right. I hope all of you lovely people are ready to get into it. We probably got about 13 minutes until this new episode of House of the Dragon will be airing on HBO Max. Let's see. I don't want Game of the Thrones. I want Max. I'll be refreshing and all that good stuff to make sure that we are able to check it out. Let me just get to the page. House of the Dragon, baby. Season 2. Alrighty. But yeah, I'm excited to get into today's episode. I'm pretty sure it's going to be crazy times. Where we left off with last week's episode was a whole bunch of wildness. Betrayal was going everywhere, every which way. We see, of course, the Greens doing their shady-istic things, man. Like, the Greens are so shady, but everybody is shady, right? Everyone is shady in this show, and that's something that I think they really try to capitalize on, is letting us know, letting us see that, hey, everybody sucks in this universe. It's not just one person. It's all of the persons. It's all of the persons and all of the peoples. So, yeah, man, I'm pumped to get into House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 2. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I want to know how you guys feel about this season so far as well. Yeah, I want to know how you guys feel about this season so far as well. I'm going to run that poll. Let's start a poll. Did you enjoy episode 1? All right, and then let's get into chat and see what everybody is doing. I'm gonna actually go live over here on TikTok as well. All right, boom. Yo, what's up with it, Aaron? How you doing today, man? I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Will you be playing the episode live for us to watch? No. I can't play the episode from start to finish for reasons, of course. Like, YouTube will no doubt block the stream immediately if I do that. But we can have subtitles down here on the bottom of the screen for all of you guys. And then you can also follow along because I'll do a countdown from when the actual episode airs. And then we'll be able to enjoy all of that stuff together. But I will not be able to show you the entirety of the episode from start to finish. I'm sorry. That's just not possible. That's not possible. Let's see. Let's put that up there. Put that down here. Boom. Yeah, we'll be, yeah, I'll just be kind of talking about it, and then the episode will pop up periodically throughout the episode. Like it will pop up. You'll see some things like when if a major moment happens, and again you'll have the subtitles down there. I can't play any audio or anything like that because it's just YouTube will literally block it. Like we've been doing these watch parties for a couple of years now, and it's just bad. There's just no way. I love the last episode and can't wait for this episode. It gets the taste of the Acolyte out of my mouth. Hey man, I've seen a lot of people try to compare the Acolyte to this, and it's just not possible. Those things are not comparable. It's just not comparable. They might both be created by somebody named George, but that's as far as the comparison can go for Star Wars and Game of Thrones, man. Like the scale, not even the scale, but the ferocity and just the everything about it is on a different level, man. It's not comparable, and of course, comparison is the thief of joy. So you don't want to be comparing stuff in the first place, Lewis. I hope you guys are having a good day, though, man. Boa Knight. This war is about to be nuts. I'm ready for it, brother. Even though we only have 8 episodes, I'm ready for it. I'm happy that we didn't get like a full 2-episode premiere, since we do only have 2 episodes less. You know what I mean? We have it's an 8-episode premiere, if I'm not mistaken. So the fact that we get, not an 8-episode premiere, but these are 8 episodes. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with this, and the fact that we only get 8 episodes. I don't want to waste too much time anywhere, especially if we had imagine if we had a 2-episode premiere with only 8 episodes this season. Like, nah, man, like that's not gonna work for me. So I'm excited that we get to have some more of this going on. So I want to know what all your guys' predictions are, and if you're excited about this, and how you guys are feeling about House of the Dragon. Yeah, man, sorry about that, JP, but I hope you're having a good one, Joe.
Hello there.
What's up with that MCT? How you doing, McT? Hope you're having a good one, Vane. Mm-hmm. Do you know where I can watch it? Nah, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know where any Sailor stuff can go on. I can't put anything out like that out here, bro. But I do want to be able to. Sorry, G. I'm expecting more wild stuff this episode. Yeah, probably. I mean, the way we ended last week's episode, we have to have more wild things going on this week, right? Like we have to have the next level now. It's just the next step of the wildness. Bruh, everybody be calling me Lucky on TikTok. I swear to God, like everybody on TikTok be like, "Yo, what's up, Lucky? Yo, what's up, T-Pain?" Like that's all it is. It's hilarious. What is your prediction on episode 2? I think that I think our boy. Oh wait, where's my pop at? What the what? Oh, here it is. I was like, bro, excuse me? Damon, I'm pretty sure that Damon, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Damon is going to be coming out here. He might kill Blood and Cheese. I don't know, but I feel like he's going to just off rip take Blood and Cheese off of the board, yo, because they definitely were not listening to his instructions in any kind of way. So I think that's going to be one of the first things that he does, is kind of make sure that they're off of the board. Because there's no way that he wanted them to take out a baby. You know, that's not what he wanted. He did not want a child to be taken out in that case, yo. So that's just super sad, and it's super unfortunate that did go that way. But I'm pretty sure we're just gonna see crazy ramifications. What's his name? What's the dude? What's Sir Hypocrite's name? I can't think of Sir Hypocrite. The one that was smashing. Wait, hold on. Do I have no? Allison. That's her name, Allison. The one that was taking down Allison. I'm pretty sure whatever Sir Chris. Nah, I can't think of his name right now. But him, bro is gonna be tripping because he knows he should not have been in there with Allison doing the horizontal boogie. You know, he did that, and since he was doing that, the king was drunk on his throne, literally. And then who knows where Aemon? Who knows where everybody was? You know, like everybody else was just everybody was doing their own thing, and no one was guarding anything. And I think that's going to have some big ramifications because they're going to take that and they're going to use it as more hatred towards everyone else when it's really like, hey, you know, if you're like, bro, if you really cared about your oath so much, Sir Hypocrite, you would not have been doing the horizontal slash with Allison. You would have been doing your duties, you know? So I'm really interested in seeing where all of those things go and how people become even more hypocrites about everything that's going on is also. But most of all, I'm really excited to see Rhaenyra trip off Daemon because you know she is not okay with any of the things that she just that are going on. Like a son for a son was one thing, but not a baby. You know, that was a little baby. Sleeping in the, just damn near sleeping in the crib still. Like that was intense. And those sounds, bro. Like I've heard so many people already say I don't ever want to hear anything like that again. And it's wild because the entirety of the episode I was giving it flowers. Like I was giving it so much flowers. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's like it's over. Oh, snap. Nice setup, by the way. Hey, I appreciate you, Abby. Hope you're having a good one, man. When they find the head, they're not finding the head. You know what I'm saying? They took the head with them. How do we think Rhaenyra will feel about them getting the wrong son? Oh, she's going to be pissed. She's going to be pissed at Daemon. Daemon took too much into his own hands. She's going to be livid. I want to see Sir Criston Cole versus Daemon Targaryen at some point. I'm more hyped for Aegon and Daemon. Is it Aegon? Is that what his name is? I'm pretty sure Aegon is the one that looks exactly like Daemon, but isn't Daemon. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I believe the episode is out, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 2 of House of the Dragon does appear to be on... Wait, is it? I'm so confused. Is it here or is it not here? It says it's there. It says watch season 2, episode 2, but I don't see the episode down below. Let me see. No, yeah. Okay, I got to get my ads out of the way first because you already know how everything be now. You know how Max and all these be, man. I'm not paying for the no ad version. It's just not happening. So if you guys are here, make sure you guys get your ads out of the way and then just hold on and don't press play yet. We'll all press play together so we can have the watch party at the same time. So again, the episode is out on Max right now. I want you to go ahead and if you don't have the ad-free version of Max, we'll give you a moment to press play on those ads, get all of the ads out of the way, and then we'll do our countdown and get into the actual episode. But first, go to the bathroom, grab your snacks and all that other stuff so we can get into this watch party. Because for the next hour and 9 minutes, that's right, for the next hour and 9 minutes, we will be watching none other than House of the Dragon. And I hope all of you are ready. So, if you ain't got no snacks, I got just the thing for you.
Hi, my name is Dominique Pruitt, and I started Don's Bomb Gourmet Popcorn LLC in the summer of 2021 to introduce delicious and unique flavored popcorn not found anywhere else in the world. Why, you ask? Because I make it in my home with love, just for you. We offer over 10 flavors and are continuously creating new flavors that can be customized to any color or taste for your next event, party, or fundraiser. So go find yourself to our website and find a bombastic flavor of popcorn at donsbombgourmetpopcorn.com, or you can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Don's Bomb Gourmet Popcorn.
All right, everybody. Without further ado, I am so happy to get into this new episode of House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 2. Let's get into it. On 3, we will press play, and we will all experience this together. As I have already said, you will see the subtitles up at the bottom of the screen, whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch, whatever account you're on or wherever you're at, you'll be able to see all of the vibes there, okay? Wait, that's not right. Let's get that, and Okay, my bad, y'all. Where is it at? There we go. Okay, there it is. On three. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got the recap going on. Bruh, I love Littlefoot, bro. He is an amazing character, bruh. Like, he is such a creep, and he is only out for himself. Oh, bruh. Oh, I'm so happy they didn't make us listen to the sound again. We can't see the show. Yeah, I can't show it from start to finish. That's just not a possibility. But you will see the subtitles at the bottom for Sholey, and you'll also be able to see it pop up periodically, just like that. But I appreciate you for tuning in with us, Aaron. Hope you're having a good Sunday. House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 2. We are in the intro right now, you guys. And I love this new intro, by the way. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but it's fire. Let me drop a poll. Do you like the new intro? Wait, what? I'm so confused. What the hell does that even mean? That doesn't even make sense. Let's go. The episode is starting. Oh. Here we go. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Oh my God. We are off to a start. And they came through your room. Oh my God. Oh yeah, because they were using the money. This music is fantastic. We mustn't be. What? Yes, the hell we should. Yeah, what's up with this, Susanna? The new episode is out. If you can't see it on yours, you might want to restart it. Thanks for tuning in with us over there on the Tick of the Taki. Every sin, everything possible. Name it. Bro is a psychopath. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, but this is amazing. Hey, thank you for the follow, George. I appreciate you, man. Oh shit, that is his sister. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot that. I don't know why I didn't think about that at all. Thanks for the likes on the stream, Susanna. Hey, I appreciate you, Susanna. Susanna, thank you for the electricity. I didn't even see that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. A dragon. Oh, Monster Slayer of Infants is crazy. I feel what he's saying. I feel what he's saying. That is freaking psychotic to say. Fuck this dude. Bro, I cannot stand this guy. Oh. Bruh, them on the same side is terrible. Okay. I cannot stand this man, but he is a freaking marketing genius. Like, bro is the head of PR. Oh, bruh. They making us feel this, bro. They making us feel it. Damn. Oh. Yeah, you better hope she don't say nothing. Because Aegon will murder you and Sir Hypocrite. Bruh. Oh, was about to torture blood. Nah, he snitched immediately. Bro spilled the beans immediately. Yo. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh. Oh my gosh, bro. We are cooking, yo. Whoa, we are cooking. I need a new poll. I need a new poll. Let's get a temp check. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, bro, I thought baby's head was gonna go a rolling. I thought a baby's head was gonna go a rolling in the streets. I was about to be horrified. Hey, I appreciate you, Dior, for the ice cream cones. Look, Rainey's knows. She knows it's him. She. Oh! That was a crazy stare right there. Oh my god. Oh snap! We're at 1.3K likes over there on the talk. Appreciate y'all over there. I wouldn't believe his ass either. Dead ass. He's gone, huh? But no, he's still there. Whoa. Bruh, date back. Mmm. He definitely said my brothers and not hers. I put yes, no. I'm gonna put hot, cold. Yo, the emotions at an all-time high right now. Oh, is she gonna make him bend the knee? I'll strike down 1,000 children if I before I see this company die. Yo, this is amazing. Yo, we just hit 2K likes on the TikTok. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. Thank you so much over there on TikTok. Y'all going crazy with the likes for real. I see y'all over here on YouTube, man. We had 9 likes on YouTube. Help us get to at least help us at least get to 15 over there on the YouTube if you over here in the chat. Appreciate y'all, man. Yo, what's up with the junior? How you doing, Junior? Hope you having a good day, man. We just watching House of the Dragon right now. Bro, I forget everybody got kids with everybody, but everybody kids ain't with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yo, the VFX budget increased. Bro, let's go. That was amazing. That looked beautiful, yo. The VFX on that was insane. Like, whoa, that looked good. Like, I felt the weight of the dragon. Oh, yeah, Brett probably hasn't even seen his sister wife since it's happened. Oh, wait, I guess she did kind of point Brett out, too, though. But I don't think they would know that. Oh. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to press that button, you guys, on the tube. Whoops. Wrong button. This is so sad. Damn. He ain't going in there. Yeah, I hope you feel like shit, Sir Hypocrite. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I can't show the episode because they'll copyright it and block it, yo. But we are 30 minutes into the episode. If you guys can want to pull it up on your end. You're the one to talk, Sir Hypocrite. Like, bruh, come on. Yeah, bro. Like, bruh, we're out of here, bro. We want nothing to do with this. Bro's a psychopath. Bro's a psychopath. Bro is a psychopath. Bro reeled him in. I hate this man, bro. Holy crap. Sir Chris Denise, bro. Bro's the biggest hypocrite on planet Earth. Damn. Oh, Bruh. What the hell does Dave? Oh, that's Aemond? That's even funnier. Because I thought that was Damon, bruh. Bruh. Not here. My boy, you laying all up on her. Oh, this is the blacksmith dude. Bro, looking like the Witcher. I thought only Targaryens had white hair. That shit ain't happening. Yeah, he will. Nasty ass. Okay, hearing the dragons growl in the background is fantastic. I got the munchies. Legit. Like what? What the hell? Thank you so much. What the hell? What was that about? Oh! What happened? Oh. Oh. Damn. Well, they got him. Damn. They were fathers and brothers and sons. I wish to spill blood, not ink. Bro is about to have a heart attack. Damn. I made you king. Yep, there it is. That is literally the worst thing you could fucking do. Like, please. And like so much. Damn. Oh, that's beautiful. What are you gonna do? Bro really just pulling up, acting like it's bro. Bruh. Damn, if this ain't confusing as hell. Bruh, he's playing the role though. I mean, they would never think that. They would never think of this. Oh shit! Who the hell is who? Actually, there's no way to know what's happening. Oh, who has the scar, bruh? That's not Eric. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god, what just happened? Who the hell is Darren? Open the camera, Mr. Corliss Nerd. That was terrible. That was terrible, Lincoln. That was a terrible comment. This is terrible. Bro said, bro, it's been a long day, my guy. I don't care about none of that. Damn. Damn. Ain't no way. That was the end of the episode? What? 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 Wow. I am distraught. I don't even know how to feel right now. I don't even know how to feel right now, yo. That was insane. What? What? That's how we end it? What? Holy crap. That was a crazy episode. That was emotional. I knew we were going to be feeling the aftermath of episode 1, but damn. I know we're going to also get some some of the insight after the episode from the creator of the show as well. So, I'll just save my full review for after this part. Damon is on a one-man demon army. Oh, it's about to get lit this season. It's about to get lit. All right, let's get it. Oh, I feel like this season is all about impact. Mmm. Damn. Damn. For real. Bro went crazy acting in this episode, Amen. Oh my god. Like, this episode was 10 out of 10 for acting, yo. Can't lie to you. Yeah. Oh. Yo. Yo, I loved his character. Oops.
Because these people that are seen by some of King's Landing as the usurper are now suddenly embraced, and that's why it's diminished Rhaenyra's position so badly.
Damn. Rhaenyra, yo, she didn't get a lot of lines last episode, but this episode, wow. Freaking amazing. Like, she was amazing. I love how she looks at Damon and she immediately knew. Like, she immediately knew. Damn. Bro.
Trust you any more than I can trust you. They have a really interesting relationship, and we love writing for them. They have a connection that nobody else on the show shares. They are the same person almost in different bodies. The difference that Daemon was a man and gets to do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Bruh, Damon is
I don't think she realizes how bad
magnificent.
this is for her at the moment, because so much of her plan is wrapped up in the realm's assurance that, yes, Rhaenyra will be queen, but at least she has Daemon Targaryen at her side. And now she doesn't, and she will have to reap those consequences in the episodes to come.
Damn.
Cole is wrapped up in his own guilt and shame because he was in the Queen's chamber.
Are they twins in real life twins? Well, I guess they have to be for that fight sequence. And bro just glided through there. Like, oh my god. For real. Like, those actors are magnificent. Hands down. Hands down. That was a really great moment. I love it. Dang. They sounded like in real life too. That's pretty crazy. But not. Like, it's crazy that they're doing a fake voice the same way. But they also sound the same way.
this was a story about brotherly love like no other.
And it was crazy because I don't think anyone really understood what was like not anyone, but it's like, yo, they did such a good job to show us that no one knew what the hell was happening. It's like, yo, is this Eric or Arik? Like, who is who? Yo, what's up with that Anja word? I appreciate you for the follow over there on TikTok. I appreciate you so much. All right, yo, I just wanted to finish that part right there. And now let's get into my full review of this episode, okay? Let me know how you guys felt about this episode in the comments down below, whether you're on TikTok, on the tube, on Twitch, excuse me, whatever app you're on with us. Let us know how you felt about this recent episode of House of the Dragon. All right. Okay. Let's get it. We just got done watching episode 2 of season 2 for House of the Dragon, and this episode was incredible, just like last week's episode was. Last week's episode gave us so much build up for this civil war that is inevitable, and I think that this week's episode was basically impact. It was all of the impact of everything that we saw, not just from last week, but from all of the previous episodes. All of the hypocrisy that is going on both sides. All the hypocrisy of all of the characters. The decisions that they have made actually coming to a head, and everybody kind of having to deal with whatever the ramifications of those decisions were. And that's something that I loved so much about it. One thing I love about narrative of any kind is when we're able to see the outcome, the cause and the effect, the action and the reaction, because that is what happens in life, and it just gives it more of a realistic feel. It's more immersive when you're able to see that things have consequences, when the things that our characters are doing that we are watching, it actually matters. And it doesn't just matter in this little scale. The wider and wider you go with the scale, the more and the more that it starts to hold more weight, basically. And I think, like they even said at the end of this episode when the creators were talking about it, the twins captured that perfectly. They captured what a civil war is just so poetically. I think it's something that a lot of stories that have that Civil War-esque narrative to it. I that's something that they do a lot, right? They pit the brothers against each other to let us see what's going on. And the thing is these brothers were not pit against each other in the way that they usually do it, right? It's like not once did these brothers actually argue about the sides that they were on. Not once did they have a discussion about why they chose the side like that, right? Like they didn't really have those discussions. Eric just kind of left. He was like, bro, forget this. I'm done. I'm out of here. This isn't just working for me, right? They were forced to choose sides. And I think he even mentions that within last week's episode. He's like, what are we to do when the royal families that we are sworn to protect fight against each other? We have to choose sides of who we think is right, because we're not supposed to protect some of the royal family. It's all of the royal family. And I appreciate the notion that he takes with that and the stance that comes with it. And Eric, I mean, of course I think they're doing their due diligence to make us care more about Team Black than Team Green, because Team Green is doing everything they can to make some up decisions, okay? Like they are making some up decisions every chance they get, okay? I don't understand it either, but it's happening. But regardless of that, I'm very interested in where we go from here, because we keep, I don't know if it's safe to say this, but the way I'm kind of feeling is like this is comfortably a roller coaster that we have went through from last week's episode to this week, to where we had a progression and then we came back down and now we're chilling. So if each one of these two, like if it's just 2 episodes each time of like boom, 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 I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, because that allows us to kind of move with the story and feel the weight yet again of every moment that is taking place. I loved seeing Aegon and every stance that we saw him in this episode. We saw him taking it out on the people around him. We saw him internalizing it and attacking himself. He did all of the things that like a father, I feel a father would do in that moment, right? He's angry, he's mad, he's lashing out, and he's still expected to have the weight of the kingdom on his shoulders. I've said weight a lot, I know, but that's just what it is. He has the weight of the kingdom on his shoulders, and he also is grieving the loss of his son, the murder of his son, and then they put him on a spectacle through the city, and he doesn't want to do that, and he retaliates yet again in another way. It's like, yo, Aegon is... He's a good, I like his character. I like his character even though I know they don't want us to like his character, but I do. Especially, we see him walk past his sister wife and they just share that look of pain with each other. And then he just strolls on past her, right? He doesn't talk to her or anything. And I'm like, oh man, that's super screwed up. And then Allison comes in and doesn't talk to him and leaves when she sees him weeping over the death of his son. I'm like, bro, this family is screwed up to the maximum. Like, they're... What are we doing? Yo, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, but again, they did a really good job. Rhaenyra and Daemon, the way that they interact with each other is amazing. And like Daemon's is a great actor, but young Rhaenyra and old Rhaenyra, like they both have done a really good job of having a solid chemistry with Daemon, no matter how weird it is. But, you know, they have a solid chemistry. And that's not the only chemistry that we actually really got to see stand out this episode. But we also got to see, what is it? Is it Lucerys? I think it's Luke. Is it Luke? Or is it Jaehaerys? No, it's Jaehaerys, right? Who died? One of her sons. We see him talk to his cousin bride, who is Daemon's daughter, right? And they have a conversation. We see that they're super open and honest about him actually being a strong, and they don't believe, like, they're pushing the propaganda, but they also don't believe in the propaganda at the same time. So it's like, I love that. I just love the duality of everyone kind of not being a good person and everyone being in the wrong of some point. And it seems like from the last part of this episode where we see what's going to happen next week, that this is going to be, that next week's episode will no likely be just as intense and if not more. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see Daemon's daughter really start not jumping into the fray, but really start, you know, being more a part of the story. And I think it's actually very interesting that we haven't seen who died. Was it Lucerys or Jaehaerys that died? I can't remember. But it's wild that we haven't seen his cousin bride at all have any type of say in anything, you know? I don't know if they're saving that for something or what, but we really haven't got to see her reaction of her cousin fiance dying. Like, they were obviously close, you know? He cut out bruh's eye. He cut out Aemon's eye for her and all that stuff. Like, all that stuff was going on. They was all rocking with each other. And it just seems very interesting to me that we haven't got to see her have any type of reaction to it yet. So hopefully they're saving that maybe for something a little bit more impactful. Maybe in the next episode we see her start losing her mind and just wanting to get some revenge herself, right? Because, I mean, women want revenge too. And I think that's something that this show hasn't showed us just yet, right? Is like they show what's her name? Rhaenyra. I got so many names in my head. They show Rhaenyra obviously want that revenge, but they also don't show her able to go and get it herself because she's the queen and she's expected to do all these other things. But then she asks, I don't know what either of Daemon's daughter's names are, but she asks her to go and do the watch. And then we see one of the sailor dudes on the shore, and he sees the dragon. So, I mean, I'm hoping that we get to see a little bit more of the daughters because they mama died, they lost their dragon. Like, they've been through some shit just like everybody has. And I hope we get to see some more of what's going on with both of them. Lucerys' girl and Jaehaerys' girl. I don't know what either of their names are. I feel like they haven't even told us their names enough for me to know it in my brain like that. But, yeah, their characters are dope. I appreciate seeing Sir Hypocrite being even more of a hypocrite and sending our boy Arik on that mission for no reason, just because he himself knew that he failed. Like, he knows that he lost. He knows he's a failure. He knows he sucks at his job. He knows he should be fired, but he has to put that on someone else. He can't accept the guilt. No, of course not. Because that would mean that he was always wrong from the jump, and he can't let that happen. So yeah, man, I like that. I like seeing him lean into his hypocrisy more. And, also going back to Aemon, seeing them kind of link up together in their rage. Seeing Sir Hypocrite's just absolute desire for redemption mixed with Aemon's absolute desire for revenge. That is a recipe for disaster. So I can't wait to see what that boils into either. Let me see. I can't believe that he made Sir Hypocrite his hand. I definitely thought that was going to go to Littlefoot and not Sir Hypocrite, but hey, here we are. I think it still might go to Littlefoot instead of Sir Hypocrite. I don't know if anyone's going to find out that him and the Mother Queen are smashing, aka Alicent. I don't know what's going to go on there, but let me see. I think those are all of the things. The music was beautiful in this episode. It was super sad to see them put the little baby boy on the little the thing and go through town. Super happy his body didn't just roll and tumble off and the head didn't just get thrown into the crowd. And then I thought that was about to get insane, because I was like, bro, I don't know where Game of Thrones is about to go with this, but I know they're probably gonna go to the next level. But they didn't. They didn't do the extra like I thought they were, and I'm super happy that they didn't. But yeah, yo, that's my thoughts on this episode, and again, just let me know how you guys felt about it as well. Let's see. Uncle and nephew fighting seems more likely in my opinion. I agree, man. I definitely think that we're gonna see Aemon and Daemon fighting against each other. Olivia Cook, who plays Alicent, is a hottie. Yo, that's hella funny. Sir Crip is crazy. Let us watch with you, please. Yo, sorry, I can't let y'all watch with me, unfortunately, because of how things work here on the TikTok, on the YouTube. Chilling, about to go out with my girl. Yo, I hope you have a good time, Junior, with your lady. Yeah, best episode ever. Yeah, that was a crazy episode. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what was gonna be going on. I didn't know what we were gonna be doing, but they did a good job of, just wrapping it all together and letting us really feel the impact, yo. No diddy, but that's just what this episode was all about. It was feeling the impact of the decisions, and I appreciate that so much. Last week was the worst. This was a hell of a bounce back. I don't know, man. I disagree with that. I don't think last week's episode was the worst by any means. Twins Rock, sad that they died. I definitely appreciate you there, Rodrigo, man. I agree, bro. Like, I wanted to see some more of them, but this was one hell of a way to go out. You know what I mean? Hey, by the way, if you guys are over there on TikTok, definitely spam that like button, man. It helps out tremendously. And we are almost at 3K likes over there on the Tickery Talkery. So go ahead and spam that like button and help me get to 3K, please. I definitely appreciate it. Aemon was so graceful in his scene. Then later on, he's explaining his mommy issues. Yeah, I love that. I love seeing that. And I definitely thought that was Daemon, the way he was like, in the fetal position, getting held and all that. I was like, oh, look at Daemon. This man Daemon left, and this is what he went and did. And then we get a close-up, and it's like, oh, that's not Daemon. It's Aemon. Like, what? What the hell is he doing? Like, what is Aemon doing here? And like you said, he's crying about his mommy issues, which is hilarious. Did you like episode 2? Start poll. I forgot to put let me know why. It's okay. This was the most intense episode. Yes, I agree so much, Nichelle. Like, this was a crazy, this, like, it was super intense. They definitely were capitalizing on the I don't want to say thriller, but they capitalized on the intensity from moment to moment, from scene to scene, really making us like almost hold our breaths in anticipation for certain things. Again, I'll just kind of circle back around to what was going on within the episode of what's this called? I can't remember. When they're going through the city and the body is like flipping back and forth, you know? It's like, yeah, I like, it's like, what's gonna happen right now? What are they doing? And then when it stops, then everyone just starts pulling their hands up. I was like, yo, are they gonna start trying to grab stuff off of the like, I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I'm happy that none of the things that I thought was gonna happen because I was like, bro, I have no idea where they're gonna go with this because they are obviously they obviously have no chill. Just finished the episode. What was you thinking about it? Words. Bela is the older daughter. Okay. Thank you for that. The twins fighting and them going, who's Eric, is cheesy as like a trope from the 80s. I mean, yeah. that's what happens, you know? I mean, yeah. You're right. I agree. It is a cheesy trope, but I think they capitalize on that trope immediately by him falling on his own sword. And I love that because that's not something, you know, because I'm not going to lie. I don't know who is who yet still. I'm pretty sure that it was Arik and not Eric. I'm pretty sure Eric is the one that died first and then Arik fell on his own sword. I'm pretty sure that's what was going on there. I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. So Arik could have still acted like Eric and tried to attack her again, but he didn't, and I like that too. Like, I don't know. I'm here for it. I am here for that. You know what I mean? Like, bro dropped on his sword, and I ain't never seen that before. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, do you know who is who? Like, do you know who is who? Because I didn't. I thought that was a good question. Word. I was like, yeah, who is Eric, my guy? Who is he? Which one is which? Because I definitely didn't know. Why they wear the same clothes? They always wore the same clothes. Even in the last season when we saw them, they was wearing the same clothes. And no one knew who. I don't think anyone ever knew who was who. The Lady of the Night with Aemon is the one who answered the door to him and Cole in the search for Aegon. Aegon took him to. Oh, that Aegon took him to and remembered Aemon was flirting with him. Oh, okay. That's who that woman was. I didn't know who the woman was that he was with. All like he was butt naked in the fetal position in her lap. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, bro, what's happening right now? So that's like his I dig it. I dig that. I'm not sure if the prisoner woman that Rhaenyra let go ended up running back to the place or what. Like, I don't know. Because Bruh did a really good job of hiding from his brother. You know, so I don't know why he would just kind of go in there like, what? Unless she ran back and was like, yo, I seen your brother, or which one are you, or something like that. And then it caused him to run and find out what was going on as well. But again, I'm not too sure what was going on there. I really wish, I hope next week we get to see more Aemond and Daemon. Like, I want to see more of both of them. We haven't got to see a lot of them yet. We don't have that many episodes this season, so they're gonna have to kind of cram a lot in, but they're also not gonna have to cram a lot in, so it's just gonna kind of be one of those things. You know? Yo, what's up with that, MJ? Welcome into the chat. Do you go live after every episode? I need a place to mentally spiral every Sunday night. Yeah, man. We do our we go live at 5:30 before, like 30 minutes before the episode goes live. We talk about what we expect to happen in the episode. We all kind of watch it together. You know what I mean? I can't show everything here on TikTok or on YouTube or anything like that. So I just do like a countdown, and then we all press play. We watch the episode. You guys are able to drop your commentary as we're watching it, like, oh my God, did you see that? All that other stuff. And then at the end of the episode, I'll do my review, and then we always talk about what's going on as well. And we do it for multiple shows, not just House of the Dragon. We do it for The Boys. We do it for The Acolyte as well, even though, you know, no matter if you like it or don't like it, if you're watching it, we watching it. We're usually doing watch parties around here for major things, so... yeah, this will be the place for you to spiral, brother, every Sunday night. I hope to see you. Let me know how you felt about this episode. I noticed the dialogue is very medieval-like. Yeah. Have you ever watched Game of Thrones? Or the first season? Did you watch the first season of House of the Dragon? Because this is the second season. And the things you're saying sound like you ain't watched a season ever. I'm confused, word. What's going on, Pippin? Talk to me. I appreciate you for the follow over there on the TikTok, MJ. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I definitely did. I thought this was a fantastic episode of House of the Dragon, if I do say so myself. I really wasn't prepared for it. I cannot tell you enough how happy I am that they capitalized on impact in this episode. Like, because the season premiere that we got was very season finale-ish, right? It was very season finale-ish, and that it started a lot of things, it brought a lot of things to the table, but at the same time, it was like, it was all payoff from what we already saw within the first season. So we didn't really start off with the season 1 episode. We kind of more started off with, hey, don't forget all of this other stuff. And also, here is the event that has, like, now this event has occurred that is the amalgamation of everything that you saw in season 1. And then this will also propel everything moving forward in the seasons to come. So I appreciated that from moving from the first episode to the second episode. And I really hope that we keep getting, we keep having the ability to capitalize on that week in and week out. No cap. Like, no cap. But yeah, with all that being said, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in with me today to talk about House of the Dragon. I don't think any of the breakdown channels have put out any breakdowns for this yet. Oh, wait. Oh, I lied. All right, we got a House of the Dragon. Yeah, we got a House of the Dragon breakdown here, too, that we can check out. Let's go. All right, this is dope. We're going to jump into this breakdown and just kind of talk about... We're going to check out the breakdown and talk about it as well. And then we're going to get into... and then we'll let it be done right there. Shout out to Screen Crush, man. Like, there's no way they even just watch the episode to enjoy it. Like, they have to watch the episode only for the sheer point of breaking it down, because how was this posted 38 minutes ago? I don't get it. But let's get into it. Ladies and gents. Make sure you drop a like on the stream, no matter where you're watching. If you're on the Tick of the Talk, help us get to 3K likes. If you're over here on the tube, we're at 15 likes. Help us get to 20K likes on the tube. And if you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, you can come over here to the tube if you would like to. And here is the @ that you can check out to find us on YouTube. That's it right there. So if you go on YouTube, type that in the search bar, you'll be able to find us if you're over there on the Tuberiski. All right, let's get into this and see what's pip pop plopping and schlopping. Yeah, there we go. And turn that on and
1, 2, 3, 4.
I declare war!
Hey, welcome back, Screen
Nah,
Crush.
that's
I'm Ryan
crazy.
Berry, and these are all of the Easter eggs, references, and little things you might have missed in House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 2. So guys, after Blood and Cheese, I knew we were going to be in for some drama, and this episode didn't disappoint. And before I go any farther, guys, I want to show you these brand new Eric and Eric Pointing Wing shirts that we designed at our merch store.
Bro, what? This is heat. This is heat. That's a great shirt.
I want to show you these
That's
brand
a
new
great
Eric
shirt.
and Eric pointing meme shirts that we designed at our merch store. We also have our Team Green and Team Black.
I need a
baseball
designer,
teams. Guys,
bruh.
we love
I need a
designing these
designer
shirts
so
for you,
I
and
can-
shopping our merch
so
store
I can
helps
get
us
some
make more
shirts
videos
made
like
like
this
that,
one. The links
yo,
are below.
for real.
So last week we broke down the new opening credits. So if you want our full breakdown of that, be sure to check out our last video. I also mentioned that when the opening title plays, the
That shirt
tapestry
was
still
awesome.
being woven. And while we didn't see any new details this episode, I do think we're going to see more and more scenes depicted on this tapestry in the future. The writer of this week's
Yeah, the
episode is
shirt was
Sarah Hess, who's
crazy.
actually a producer for
Oh, he
both
gets
season 1 and
screeners?
2. She's
Oh, that's
also written
awesome.
episodes for other great shows like Orange is the New Black, House, and Deadwood. The director is
love
Claire
House.
Kilner, who's also directed a few other shows that we've covered on this channel like Fallout and Gen V. We open with a shot that slowly comes into focus as we see Jaehaerys' bloody sheets. Now last episode ended with Helena completely shell-shocked. She was so out of it that she didn't even notice Alicent and Sir Criston having sex. This shot almost reflects her mental state, completely disassociated with only the bloodiest moments sticking out. But this also reminds us of the bloody sheets after Aemma gives birth in the first episode of the show. Remember, that was another Sophie's Choice moment. Viserys had to choose between cutting the baby out and definitely losing Aemma, or to wait and possibly losing both of them. Now in both of these cases, innocent blood was spilled for the sake of the Iron Throne succession, but we'll get into that later. We see castle residents
That's
ushered
true.
out of their rooms. Now, this is
That's
actually
it.
a microcosm for
Wait,
what
that's a really good point. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really good point.
into that later. We see castle residents ushered out of their rooms. Now, this is actually a microcosm for what will happen in many of the cities in Westeros once fighting starts. None of these people know what's going on. They're just being jostled and pushed, caught in the crossfire of two warring families. One man even
Damn.
slips, sending gray dust flying, which could represent the ashes left by dragonfire. We cut to Aegon destroying his father's model of Valyria. Now, this was his father's pride and joy, but it represents more than
Man.
that. Viserys tinkered with this model for years. The only reason he could do that was because Westeros was at peace. Other than the skirmishes and the stepstones, Viserys
yeah,
never ruled
yeah.
during battle time. Aegon
That's
destroying
true.
this model signals that peacetime is over. There's no more time for artistic models because they have to focus on actual battle plans. It also signifies Aegon's turn from his father ideals. Viserys strove for peace. He even went too far sometimes, acting completely conflict avoidant. Aegon, on
That's
the other hand,
super
is
true,
itching
bro.
for combat and bloodshed. The model also
And I mean, for good reason, though, right? Like, again, Viserys had no reason. Like, there was no reason for him to look for war or to fight or to do any of that. Like, there was no reason for it. So, why do it? Like, you know what I mean? But now, Aemond, he has a pretty clear reason, even if he's getting finessed
Viserys'
into it.
obsession
It's not
with
his
the
fault.
past.
He doesn't know
Rather
that.
than focus on building his current kingdom and the troubles around him, he preferred to turn his gaze backwards, to dream of what it would have been like to live in old Valyria. This is one of many reasons why Viserys was not a very good king. The destruction of the model also symbolizes how the glory of old Valyria is now truly gone, and the dance of the dragons has begun. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but let's just say that things don't work out great for the Targaryens after this show. One thing that really sets House of the Dragon apart from other fantasy stories like Lord of the Rings is that most fantasies feature characters who are very much like archetypes. They are just one thing.
That was
like
the
they are
most
brave or
boring
kind.
episode
But in real
ever.
life, people aren't just one thing.
I
We
mean,
make
no one
mistakes, we
died,
suffer
so I can
trauma, and
understand
after a
why you
while,
would say
we let those past
that.
traumas start to dominate
I
our
feel
way
you,
of thinking and
Rachel.
decision making. Like, I've noticed that I've developed some isolationist habits during
I'm
the
so
pandemic
excited
that
we
were
got
leading
to see the
social
true air
anxiety,
tonight.
overworking
Aegon the
myself, and
Third.
facial
Yo,
tics.
that was
So
a-
I signed up for
yo.
BetterHelp. the
That was
sponsor of
a-
this
it was a
video,
sol-
and I
what
met
the
a
hell?
therapist who helped me
It was a solid. I liked the episode. Like I said, man, I enjoy when we were able to see the impact of decisions, no matter what. Like, I love that. Like, I love that, and I think we got to see that for sure. And I can't wait to see the rest of the fallout of these decisions for real,
dragon. Aegon also says, which is a reference to the Mad King Aerys. We also cut to Aemond, and once again, we see the painting of Harrenhal's destruction over his shoulder.
Jeez, this guy.
He loves Harrenhal, yo.
I know, right? And I will say there is some foreshadowing with the placement of this tapestry in Aemond. If you've read the book, you know, and if you don't, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's not
Thank
that
you
big
so
of a deal.
much.
We pan up on Alicent, and notice now she's wearing her
Thank you for not
seven-pointed
spoiling it
star
for me.
necklace.
I have not read a book of I have not read a book of Game of Thrones. I have not watched the show Game of Thrones. So I don't even know. I am a baby watcher. You know, I am a baby watcher.
last saw her in bed with Sir Criston, the necklace was off. Now we find out later in the episode that she feels guilty about her sins, so this necklace is a way to reaffirm her faith. She also has 7-pointed star candle holders. Remember, the Hightowers are one of the oldest, most pious families in all of Westeros, but their family motto is also, "We light the way." A 7-pointed star candle holder blends their religion and their house words. I also found this line very interesting.
To Micah.
It's one of the
Yeah,
few
I also thought that. I was very like, why did, like, I was like, not why, but I've never seen Alicent care about anyone, I guess. So it was very jarring.
Alicent openly puts her emotions before duty, even if it is just for a moment. Jaehaerys was the next heir to the Iron Throne. By Green Team logic, his death should be the hardest, not only because he's family, but because he was Aegon's legacy. Helena, on the other hand, is a daughter, oftentimes pushed aside and used only as an accessory to her brothers. Alicent's concern for her daughter, the so-called less important of the two, is a bold act for her. We cut to the small council, and we can see the war map they used last episode. It even has a small 7-pointed star at the top, undoubtedly a Hightower edition. Aegon says,
Bad! Instead of safeguarding the sanctity of my family.
Now, this is actually a double meaning. In this case,
and he goes from that to making him his hand. Like, bruh, you're making terrible decisions, you know? Like, you're making terrible decisions, Aemon. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing? Like, just, I know you're angry. I know you're mad. But you just were talking about how bad of a job this man was doing. So why are we now making him his hand? Like, that just shows how much of a rage-filled blood path he's on. He's not thinking straight. He's being very reactionary. It's just like, damn, come on, man, get it together.
Aegon means the life of his family. Sir Criston failed to protect his family from death, but sanctity can also mean holiness. We heard in the last scene that Alicent thinks this is a punishment for sinning.
The gods punish.
With over 8 million beats.
Yo, like, it's just so wild. It's just so wild. It's just so wild. It was a bit slow, but that makes me fear next week. Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of what I was saying before, too. I don't think a lot of you guys were in here when I was, like, initially talking about this episode, but it feels like we already are on this roller coaster path, right? Of these ups and these downs, these peak moments, and then feeling the reaction of those peak moments. And in all honesty, that is war. That is a war, and that's definitely a civil war. It's actions, every action bringing another reaction to it, and then just going tit for tat from there, and continuing that fight until no one knows what they're fighting for anymore. And that is inevitable, you know. Inevitably, everyone forgets what they're fighting for, and they just fight because they're fighting, you know. I'm fighting because my father fought, and his father fought, and his father fought. You know what I mean? We get into that notion very easily. So I think that we're feeling these highs and these lows will feel slow because those highs are always going to feel very intense and very just wild. I live for the dragons, and there was very little this episode. I agree, Rachel, but the moment that we did get from the dragons was fantastic. Seeing Daemon come out of the cave on his dragon, and then him just like fly away, that whole scene was beautiful. I loved it. I just loved that scene. And I loved that scene, and I feel like we're going to see a ton of dragons in this season. Probably next, like even in the end of the episode teaser for next week's episode, we saw that we're definitely going to be getting some dragon stuff going on next week. So I'm excited. And she was even talking about how dragons are going to be fighting dragons or something like that. So we should be getting into some wildness when we go into the next episode, which is going to be episode 3. Unfortunately, there is only 8 episodes. There is only 8 episodes this season, so we are not halfway there, but we're going to be in episode 3 next week, and I feel like we're really going to be pushing, we're really going to start basically accelerating from that moment. Aegon II isn't a good king at all. Yeah, he's definitely not a good king. I mean, he's so again, he's mad at Sir Hypocrite because he was, smashing his mom, but doing your mom, my bad. I don't know where that came from, but and then he's over here just drinking on the throne with his boys. Like everyone dropped the ball. It's like they forgot they're in the middle of a civil war. It's like literally this is what happens. You didn't even care that you just murdered someone's child. You thought that you guys were you just scot free. Nothing was gonna happen. No one was tripping about anything. Boom, baby dies, and now you want to be on your toes even more. It's like, man, oh how the turns had tabled. Oops.
The gods mean holiness. We heard in the last scene that Alicent thinks this is a punishment for sinning.
The gods punish us. They punish me.
And Sir Criston sinned with her. Not only did he fail to protect Alicent's sanctity, but he personally violated it. Aegon also says,
there she sits across the bay on her rock, laughing at me.
Later we hear Aemon lament about his childhood.
Bro crazy.
They used to tease me,
Now, all of the kids teased him, but Aegon spearheaded it. His own cruel nature is affecting his worldview. He thinks that Rhaenyra must be so cruel that she laughs at the death of his child. I also love this small detail in Aegon's costume. His shirt is unbuttoned, which reflects that he's frantic and he just haphazardly threw his shirt on. But it also splits the dragon on his shirt in two. It can symbolize the warring sides of his family or a dragon being wounded. After all, the Targaryens often call themselves dragons.
Hey, he ain't lying.
Aegon's got a pretty nasty mental wound. He calls
Yeah,
this
that's
guy
true.
Iron.
That's true, man. We're gonna see some crazy warpath going on in the future of this episode, which I am super here for. I can't wait for it. But I'm just not sure, man. I'm not sure how we continue to go with each of these characters. Like, what are their where are we going with Aemon? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, I'm so distraught for all of these people because they are all so dumb and they make very bad decisions. But it's like on the same hand, damn, y'all all hella emotional. Like, why don't y'all have a family reunion or something, a barbecue and just talk and play some damn football or some dragon quidditch? I don't know. It's just like, man, we got too much going on here. I thought he'd make Larys hand after last week. Yes, I also thought he was gonna make Littlefoot the hand. I thought that for sure was what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie to you, MJ. I was right there with you. I was astonished almost when he didn't give it to him. I was like, wait, what? What dragon was the one flying over Alan? I'm pretty sure that's the one. That's Bela's. I think that's what someone said her name is. I don't know Daemon's daughters' names, but Rhaenyra tells one of Daemon's daughters to do the rounds of doing that. She tells them to go and look at the bays and make sure that everything is smooth or something like that. So, and that's what she does. She goes and gets on her dragon, and I'm pretty sure that's her dragon that's watching over the shores. That we see the other black dude on the beach. He looks and he sees that dragon. I'm pretty sure that's her riding that dragon, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder will this show stop with the war or carry on with Aegon III and so on? I don't think we're gonna stop. I'm pretty sure this show is gonna continue going. Unlike Game of Thrones, there was no end to that, right? There was no end to that. You know what I'm saying? But for this, they know where their story goes, and I'm pretty sure they're purposely giving us all these characters as kids for a reason. And I also think that's why they gave us that time jump in the first episode, right? In the first season, excuse me. We get half of the season, and then we skip so much lore in that era, and then we start off with her being an adult. I have no doubt in my mind that we'll do that again. I kind of think that we might do that in this season, but I really don't want that at the same time because it will rob us of a lot, but I wouldn't be surprised because as soon as I saw that Rhaenyra and everyone's kids were with each other, I was like, oh, this is going to be a recurring thing. We are going to continue. It's like we're going to see these big events happen between the families, and then we are going to continuously see the children pick up where their parents left off. That's at least what I think is going to happen. I don't know that for a fact, fact, of course, but that's my that's my assumption at this point. Hey, Rachel, I appreciate you for the follow over there on TikTok. Thank you so much. Hey, Darth Choco, what's up with it, man?
Hello there.
Everybody in the chat, make sure you go over and show Darth Choco some love over there on TikTok. If you love Star Wars, definitely go over there and give him some love. He is a huge Star Wars lore junkie, and he's awesome, yo. We just had an amazing. He just had me on his podcast, and it was an amazing episode over there too. So check out his YouTube if you want to see that episode that I'm on and his stuff as well. He's a dope creator. Make sure y'all go show him some love. Funny if Otto hadn't told Cole to get back on duty, Blood and Cheese would have walked right into Eamon and Cole when they left the passageway. Oh, snap, huh? Wow, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, yo. Every single decision that's being made has caused a huge ramification. Moon Dancer, I think, or something like that. I don't know. It was Bela, the older daughter. Okay, so Bela, the oldest daughter, is the one that is betrothed to her cousin, who is Jaehaerys, who is the only, well, not the only living child, but the oldest living child of Rhaenyra. Just to kind of put all that together. So Rhaenyra asked her daughter-in-law to go, and her daughter-in-law and niece? Is that technically her niece too? No, that's her cousin. Yeah, that's her cousin because bruh's her uncle. Yo, Targaryen family trees are just a recipe for just your brain to have a migraine and just melt down. You know, it's because it's like, oh yeah, they're married, but that's also her uncle, so they're cousins, and those are brothers. And then it's just too much. It's just too much, yo. Making way too many connections on these family trees, bro. Okay, is it explained why there is no, like, are there any? I don't know if there's a polite way to ask this question, but this is a real question that I don't know the answer to. Are there any birth defects of any kind because of all the incest that's going on within the Targaryen bloodline? Because that's not supposed to, like, you know, you can't, like, or is that just like, you know, is that just book magic? You know what I mean? Is that just explained in the book as it's because they're Targaryens, so that stuff doesn't happen to them that way? Or is it like, no, there's still, like, there are certain people that do have certain type of defects, or I don't know. Anybody that knows a little bit more about the lore, just let me know that answer, because that's something that I was confused about. And I think I was talking to my wife, and she was like, wait, they just be having babies with each other? I'm like, yeah, I guess. It's just, so it's like, are they the way that they are because of, you know, like, is all the incest and inbreeding what has caused them to be completely out of their mind and just be so quick to do all the things? Littlefoot, like from Land Before Time, I think his name is Laris, bro, that has the foot fetish. You know, he likes feet, bro. So, and then Littlefinger is the one from Game of Thrones, so he's Littlefoot. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. I'm sure Littlefoot thought he was the next Little Hand too. Now he has two huge jealousies of Cole. Oh, that's a good point, Scott. It's like he was already on the hit list, but now he's on the hit list even more so. Even more so. Damn, that is her stepdaughter too. So it's her stepdaughter, her little cousin, her daughter-in-law. Oh. Like, that's insane. That's insane. And then, isn't that crazy? And then Rhaenyra really thought she could pull up with two kids that's not... Bruh, like... everyone is so dumb. Like, she really thought she could pull up with two brown-haired children and think that ain't nobody gonna ask no questions. Bruh. That's crazy. She's tripping. Feel no pity for Otto, but he was 100% right when he was scolding Aegon. Aegon is a literal fool for what he did. Bruh, literally, I agree completely. He should have scolded him. He should have tore him a new asshole because that's the dumbest thing you could have did. He just went through the city and strung up every rat catcher. Did he catch who he needed to? Yes. But at what cost? You know what I mean? At what cost? Why was that why was that your first mind? Like, what's going on here? Who told you that this was a good decision? And then Sir Hypocrite, and then he's like, yo, at least Sir Hypocrite is taking action. And he's like, what has Sir Chris done? He had him go and he said, by himself? He said, yeah. He was like, I can't wait for the memes, yo. You know we gonna have memes of him, of that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I can't believe you did this. Like, and again, you did this without consulting the council, without consulting me as your hand. Like, you're just making these decisions. He's like, he's like, bro, I don't care about diplomacy. I want war.
Right. Now, this is Jasper Wilde, the Master of Laws. They called him Iron Rod because he was so strict about the laws. So Aegon means Iron Rod as an insult, basically insinuating that he is too uptight and, too law-abiding.
Law-abiding. I'm done.
Then Otto says this.
If we in the keep are still in peril in another sense.
If you've been getting scam texts,
it doesn't matter.
Yes.
If we in the keep are still in peril in another sense, of course, it doesn't matter.
So last week I saw people complain about the fact that Blood and Cheese differed from the books, mainly that it was less brutal. But remember, in the books, we know everything isn't accurate. In universe, the book Fire and Blood is Archmaester Gillen's attempt to understand the multiple accounts and rumors about the Targaryens during this time. It would make complete sense that Otto and Larys exaggerated the brutality of Blood and Cheese in order to gain more sympathy from the small folk. After all, we got to see firsthand how brutal it was. They only ever heard about it. Otto also says,
Jaehaerys will do more for us now than 1,000 knights in battle.
And this is actually heartbreaking. Jaehaerys
Super
already
heartbreaking.
died as a pawn in an adult war. Obviously, Daemon didn't mean to kill him, but he still did. Even in death, Jaehaerys isn't given peace. No, his dead body must be used as a pawn. Otto also mentions the Silent Sisters.
Let the Silent Sisters ready the prince for his final journey.
Now, the Silent Sisters are a special group of septas, which are basically nuns in Westeros, who prepare bodies for death. And, as the name implies,
awesome.
they have taken a vow of silence. We first saw them in the first episode of Game of Thrones when they were preparing Jon Arryn's body, and we also saw them last season when Vaemond Valerion died. We cut to Helena. Now, notice that she is gripping the blanket that she was embroidering at the beginning of last episode. I think she was always embroidering this for her son, and now it holds special significance to her, a reminder of just yesterday when she had both of her children. She's also still in the room with Jaehaerys. Now, notice Alicent is leaning on Jaehaerys' crib. It's subtle, but it shows just how disconnected Alicent is from her emotions. She's put everything aside to serve the crown. Much like Jaehaerys, Helena is also a pawn.
The realm must see the sorrow of the crown.
Right, that's so heartbreaking.
Through its most
That's just crushing.
She's been through one of the most horrific things imaginable, but she isn't allowed to grieve privately or even to make decisions for herself. Her grief has to be exploited, and the whole thing is just heartbreaking. Now, I love seeing all the common folk in the street gathering for the procession. It's in such stark contrast to the last time we saw this, right before Aegon's coronation. We see Jaehaerys carried in, and if you look closely, you can even see his head bobble out of time with his body. It's a small detail, but it sends a shiver up the spine. Also,
exactly.
We see the gold cloaks. Remember, in the small council, they said,
"We would do well to ascertain if this is your sister's hand, or if there is a serpent nestled closer to our bosoms."
That's the gold cloaks. Even though only one person let Daemon into the city, many of them are still very loyal to Daemon. And these are the people who are sworn to protect the high towers. Also, notice that all the emblems have already changed to gold in order to signify the difference between Rhaenyra and Aegon. The gold dragon is a symbol of Aegon's dragon, Sunfire. It's also disgusting that they say this.
Behold the works of Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Otto said this child would be honored, but his own funeral procession is barely about him. Now, we have seen this path marched another time, and it was when Cersei was shamed by the church. Just like in Cersei's march, this is all political theater. When Helena looks up, she focuses on the petals in the sky, which looks suspiciously like the ashes Daenerys saw in her visions in Season 2. So we know that Helena is a dragon dreamer, otherwise known as prophetic. I wonder if she's seen the destruction to come from the Dance of Dragons, or if she's seen even further into the future, all the way to the destruction of King's Landing and Game of Thrones. Helena gets overwhelmed. Now, in modern terms, we'd probably say she had a panic attack. Warning for very minor spoilers from the book. Skip to the next time code if you want to avoid this spoiler. Now you...
Ain't no damn time code.
Woman that we see in the books. Welcome back, you people who wanted to avoid spoilers. Now, I also think it would make sense given this line from Allison.
What have you done to Micah?
She's horrified by the trauma inflicted on her daughter,
Damn.
yet she inflicts trauma of her own when she insists that Helena act in the best interest of the crown. Now, while all of this is happening, we're cutting to Aegon torturing Blood. Two things. First, notice that the knights are wearing Hightower sigils. This isn't officially sponsored by the crown. Two, Aegon beats Blood to death before he can even tell him that he was actually hired to kill Aemond. This is showing how people are acting rashly with high tempers instead of taking a moment to gather all the information so they can avoid war. We cut to Dragonstone, and I love how everyone is suspicious of Rhaenyra while Daemon's just like,
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Also, notice how Rhaenyra's neckline actually does form a dragon, and her necklace looks like a dragon head but with 3 rings on it. One for Rhaenys, Visenya, and Aegon. That is such a brilliant little costuming touch. When they get into a fight, Daemon says,
I cannot be responsible.
Cannot be responsible.
Now this is actually a brilliant way to show that Daemon would not be a good ruler. If Aemon died, he would have taken all the glory. But when the plan goes wrong, he refuses to take responsibility. Rhaenyra says,
But now I have seen that your heart belongs only to you. And when I was a child, I took this as a challenge. But I'm older now. I have challenges enough.
So this is about so much more than just Jaehaerys. This is about the power that Daemon wielded over Rhaenyra, especially when she was a teenager. Putting the incest aside, Daemon went after Rhaenyra when she was still very young and pliable. Unfortunately, this isn't out of character for Daemon. Let me read this really upsetting passage from Fire and Blood. Nor should it be forgotten that, during Daemon's youth, every brothel keeper in King's Landing knew that Daemon took an especial delight in maidens and kept aside the youngest, prettiest, and most innocent of their new girls for him to deflower. This gives an unsavory picture of him as a man who wants and experienced girls.
Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Remember, Rhaenyra was inexperienced both sexually and in life. She'd never been to Flea Bottom prior to her uncle helping her visit. Daemon literally guided her there.
There's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. That song is going to exist for the rest of our life.
Remember, Rhaenyra was inexperienced both sexually and in life. She'd never been to Flea Bottom prior to her uncle helping her visit. Daemon literally guided her there. He liked that Rhaenyra was young because he could control her.
But
she grew into an adult without him when she married Laenor. Now, she is not only an independent person, but she's also the queen, the one person in all of Westeros who doesn't have to listen to anybody. And Daemon still wants to control her, and by virtue, control the throne. He even says,
to give up my brother's throne.
He can't view Rhaenyra as a full-grown woman, ready to rule. He still views her as a child. On that note, notice what he says here.
He made you heir because of your great wisdom, because of your virtue.
He ruined her virtue. So much of this entire show could have been prevented if he hadn't taken her to that brothel. And remember, even back then, people shifted the blame to her for going there.
It was foolish of you to place yourself.
That's true. She been taking the brunt of it all from the jump, and that's wild. That's wild. She didn't deserve that.
You could even come into question.
When he leaves Dragonstone, we get a look at his armor, and man, I love how far this costume department goes. Not only does he have a dragon helmet and 2 dragons on his breastplate, but he has actual dragon scales etched into his torso. Also, we find out later that he probably went to Harrenhal.
Yeah, why does he want Harrenhal so bad?
Well, Doug, Harrenhal is a giant castle in the center of the map. It borders the Kingslands, the Westerlands, the Riverlands, and the Vale. Strategically, it's very important, and it's a very difficult castle to breach. If the High Towers got it, then they would be able to strike at Rhaenyra. But if Rhaenyra's forces take Harrenhal, it gives her forces a place together where they can strike outward against the forces of the High Towers. We cut to Rhaenyra playing with her children. If you look closely, you can see their dollhouse is actually a replica of Dragonstone. Like Helena with the petals, Rhaenyra is distracted by the dust, and the dust looks suspiciously like ashes. But it's also difficult to ignore the similarities between Rhaenyra playing with her children and Helena playing with her children. We even take a moment to linger on the toys of each child. This shows us that this is fundamentally a mother's war. Every woman is trying to protect her kids, but ultimately this war is taken to extremes by men. We cut back to the Red Keep with Alicent and Sir Criston. Alicent says
Big
Sir
surprise
Criston
there.
is one who seeks absolution. She's actually referencing when he confessed sleeping with Rhaenyra. Remember, she did not have to press at all for that information. He just folded like a deck of cards.
Rather lapses.
It happened, Your Grace. The sin you allude to. I have committed it.
Now, when Alicent strips down for her bath, there is a religious aspect to this, especially because she's completely by herself. In Game of Thrones, we saw the High Sparrow force Cersei to be stripped down to be absolved of her sins, and Alicent is undergoing something similar here, although her nudity is in private and Cersei was forced to bear her shame in front of all of King's Landing. Now, I love all of the shots in this next scene. They actually shoot this a bit like a horror movie, and it shows how much blood and cheese unnerved everyone in the castle. The Red Keep doesn't feel safe anymore. Horror movies often use weird angles and negative space to create a feeling of dread. The odd angles throw off our equilibrium, while the wide shots make us feel like something is lurking nearby. We even get this interesting, almost POV shot through Alicent's screen, as if someone is watching her. But this framing could also represent the ghosts of Alicent and Sir Criston's shared past. Now, I didn't realize it until I watched the House the Dragons build, but Alicent is no longer in the Queen's quarters. Now she is in Rhaenyra's old quarters. The design team said this.
We changed a little bit of the furniture, but we wanted it to be apparent there was the constant memory of Rhaenyra being in this room.
And now Sir Criston is waiting outside that same door, committing the same sin. Talk about deja vu. Also, notice the dragon torch next to Sir Criston here. Now, the Red Keep was built for the Targaryens, but during the show Game of Thrones, we rarely got to see this influence because Robert Baratheon removed everything that had the image of a dragon. Baratheon where Sir Criston. So it's great to see all of the little original architectural details. We cut to the next morning where Sir Criston is angry with Sir Eric.
What is this? It's a reminder of yesterday, I think. I'll replace it, Hans. Do it now.
Now, this is clearly a deflection. The white cloak is supposed to represent all of those things, and we saw last season how important it was to Sir Criston.
I've soiled my white cloak. It is the only thing I have to my name.
But the white cloaks are just that, a representation. They mean nothing without the men's honor. Sir Criston feels guilty about betraying his vow, so he's turning to superficial things to absolve himself. But his sullied cloak also represents the work that he is asked to do. Instead of the noble work of a knight, Sir Eric has to do the dirty work of an assassin. In fact, the entire conversation is Sir Criston deflecting.
Why has Helena the Queen been granted no sworn protector? Surely once she ascended, she should have... brother is a thief and a traitor to the crown.
It's clear that Jaehaerys was unguarded, not because Sir Eric didn't do his duties, but because Sir Criston didn't give a personal guard to Helena or to Aegon's heir.
Instead of safeguarding the sanctity of my family.
As a commander of the White Cloaks, the responsibility was on him. That very night, instead of protecting Jaehaerys, he was off breaking his oath. We cut to Dragonstone with Baela. Now, it's interesting that she's wielding a crossbow when scorpions are basically giant crossbows that kill dragons.
Yeah, if you can't beat him, join him.
Good one, my guy. High five. Also, remember that these two are betrothed. Rhaenys betrothed them in a split-second decision to side with the Blacks over the heir to Driftmark.
As a matter of fact, the Princess Rhaenyra has just informed me of her desire to marry her sons Jace and Luke to Lord Corlys's granddaughters, Baela and Rhaena.
Baela says,
Sometimes I think I hate him.
Sheesh, that came out of nowhere.
Kind of, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Daemon was never the best father.
Father ignores me.
And he didn't comfort his children at all after their mother, Laena, died. In fact, he was cruel.
What are children but a weakness?
Laena also wanted to go back to Driftmark, but Daemon wanted to stay in Pentos. As a result, she died far away from her family, and maybe the Maesters of Driftmark could have saved her life. Then he shipped Baela off to her grandmother as a ward, so I'm not surprised that she resents him. Now, I really like how this show treats both Laenor and Harwin Strong.
He taught us to catch fish. He had a weakness for cake.
And Sir Harwin Strong?
Looking for the perfect beat?
Jesus Christ. I mean, bro, every 3 seconds.
He's gentle and fierce.
I've said before that the affair wasn't the smartest decision, but I don't think it was immoral at all. Laenor and Rhaenyra had an agreement, and who am I to judge what a married couple agrees to in bed? In a show with so many terrible parents, it's really refreshing to see children get two loving father figures, even if they both die. We cut to a brothel, and the first sex worker that we see has Targaryen white hair. Now, there's a small chance she is from across the Narrow Sea, and that's why her hair is silver, but it's much more likely that she is a Targaryen bastard. Judging by her age, I would guess either Daemon's or Viserys's. Remember, Viserys got around too.
When we were Rhaenyra's age, we f***ed our way through most of the brothels on the Street of Silk.
It's subtle, but it's a great way to show the damage that these royals are leaving in their wake. This girl was probably born in a brothel and never really had a chance to escape. This is her life, while for Daemon or Viserys, this was just one night that they probably don't even remember. Then we cut to Aemond cuddling with the brothel madam, the same sex worker who was implied took his virginity. Now, he is extremely exposed. For one, he is in the fetal position, which represents how he's still just an embarrassed little boy, but he's also not wearing his eye patch. Now, we've only seen him without his eye patch one other time, when he challenged Lucerys. We've never seen him without it in a moment of vulnerability. He's obviously taking comfort in this madam, and it's no coincidence that she's old enough to be his mom. He even ran to her, but he was embarrassed by Otto.
I was out.
Damn.
You were with me.
We'll get more into the Green's family dysfunction later on, but for now, let's just say that Aemond has some
definitely
mommy
did.
issues. The madam says,
I would remind you only that when princes lose their temper, it is often others who suffer.
That's very true.
Now, this is a reference to some
Like
things
me.
we may see later in the season. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for you, so I'll just leave it
Please
there.
don't.
We've also already seen some common people murdered when Rhaenys burst through the set floors. But I also want to
pulled up
focus
and
on the
murdered
actual
everybody,
word, small folks. So
except
far,
the
the
one.
only casualties of the war were actual children, quite literally, small folks. And both of them died because of a prince who lost his temper. Even within their own family, the youngest and most vulnerable die first. We cut to a regular household in King's Landing, and in case you don't recognize him, he's actually the smith from last
Yes,
episode.
sir. I was like, yo, that's the blacksmith.
Have the crown's coin before we started work.
His name is Hugh Hammer, and again, no spoilers, but this guy is going to be very important. But even now, Hugh is already serving an important role. It's very easy to get caught up in all of the royalty drama and forget who the royalty is actually supposed to serve, the common folk. It's something that our characters forget too. But as the ever-wise Tyrion Lannister says,
You might find it difficult to rule over millions who want you dead.
then we switch to Driftmark. Now, I made a mistake last week. We said that this guy was Adam of Hall, when really, he was Alan of Hall. I was watching without subtitles, and I misheard the name.
Are you sure you weren't just really excited about Adam of Hall? So then when you heard a name starting with A, your brain just filled in what it wanted to hear?
Maybe. My bad, guys. Now, this is the actual Adam of Hall. And like I said last week, keep your eyes on him. There is a reason that Corlys owes him a favor. Also, I love this line from Corlys in bed with Rhaenys.
Daemon flies when we most need his hand at the oar.
Instead of saying take the wheel or take the reins, he just has to show how much of a boat guy he is. We cut to Rhaenyra on Dragonstone, and notice she is consulting books. Remember, when he lived in Pentos, Daemon read history books about the Targaryens constantly. He was grasping onto the good old days, and I think that Rhaenyra is kind of doing the same thing here. And like I mentioned earlier, she's also taking after her father, who is desperate to relive the glory days of Valyria. Now, as she looks through the book, we see an illustration of Aegon, Visenya, and Rhaenys. On the next page, we see Visenya and Vhagar. Now, I think that she is fighting in Dorne because the page to her right mentions the Martells in the First Dornish Wars. Now, it was Rhaenys who actually met the Martells and began battle, but this could be after Rhaenys' death. Then Mysaria walks in, so it's really interesting to compare the Mysaria of Season 1, Episode 2, and the Mysaria of Season 2, Episode 2. In Season 1, she was supposed to become a lady. Daemon said that he would marry her, and remember how she said,
I came to you to be liberated.
Liberated? From what?
Fear.
Well, now we see what she meant. Then we get this very interesting speech from Mysaria.
Too long I made it my aim to be of consequence.
Holy hell! Jesus!
See, that was the wish of a child.
Now, of course, this isn't just about Mysarea's history. This is about the plight of all women in Westeros. There's nothing Rhaenyra can do that will make the lords of Westeros see her as the rightful ruler. There's nothing Alicent can do to make her father and children respect her. These women are trying to win the game without realizing the rules are rigged and it's impossible. The only way to truly win is to stop trying to prove themselves to men. We cut to Adam of Hull, who pulls a crab out of the sand, and then he sees sea smoke flying above. Now remember, sea smoke was Laenor's dragon, who he left behind when he died. And the first time we saw sea smoke was when Laenor helped Daemon defeat the crab feeder. I think this is a really clever scene because it shows where a lowly commoner like Adam of Hull is right now, digging his hands into the sand to survive. And then he looks up and he sees the glory of the royal family, the dragons. We cut to the Red Keep and all the rat catchers are hanged just to kill Cheese. Now this actually has a very long and cool butterfly effect. Following this incident, only cats were used to catch rats in the Red Keep. And that's why, all the way in Game of Thrones, Arya has to capture a cat when she is training with Syrio. It's also why we have Tommen's beloved cat, Sir Pounce. We cut to Aegon and the ruins of the Valyria model are being wheeled out.
Insane. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually
crazy. Of his father. This scene pits two extremes against each other. The first side is extreme passion and recklessness exemplified by Aegon, and the next side is near sociopathic levels of calculation exemplified by Otto. Neither of them is portrayed as good. Aegon has just murdered innocent men, but it's hard to side with Otto when he says things like this.
With your child's blood, we bought their approval.
This scene also shows why the Targaryens and the Hightowers would just never get along. They are just too different. The Hightowers want planning, caution, spilled ink, while the Targaryens want power and fire and might and spilled blood. I will say though, it was kind of awesome to see Otto Hightower fight with his own grandson. He has been planning this for years, ever since Alicent was a teenager. Aegon didn't even want to be king.
I did not ask for this.
And now Otto's own plan has come back to bite him in the ass.
You are my father's hand, not mine.
It's also the first time we ever see Otto show any genuine admiration for Viserys. Now, Viserys may have been weak, but that's better than headstrong and violent like his son. Also, I just want to stress how dumb it is to make Sir Criston Cole hand to the king. He has no official political experience. Oh, and yeah, Jaehaerys just died on his watch. Helena did not even have her own guard. He literally failed up.
Oh, brother, this guy
So
stinks!
we cut back to Dragon's Den as Mysaria is leaving. Notice she even has a little smile. She's happy to be getting the hell out of Westeros. Now, of course, it's especially meaningful because she was pulled from her home city against her will. Now, she did not have to mention Sir Eric's twin. She could have just kept going. But
literally so over Sir Criston. Yeah, bro is a freaking hypocrite. It just pisses me off.
Also, notice that Rhaenyra keeps stepping forward as her handmaiden braids her hair. Braids can represent many things, but in this case, I think it represents family. With both Lucerys and Daemon gone, her family is rapidly falling apart. Also, notice that her handmaiden has a crest of 3 dragons on her chest, similar to the one that we see on the cover design of Fire and Blood. Then we get the Battle of the Twins, Sir Eric versus Sir Eric. Now, I just loved this fight. I thought it was great in every way.
Awesome.
The way the music drops off and we just get the sounds of violence reminded me a lot of that famous fight in They Live.
And then the ending of the episode, like, I get it, dude. Oh yeah, we gotta know that he is a freaking.
It's very grounded, no music, no slow-mo, no fancy speed grading. It's just a good old-fashioned knockdown, drag-out street sword fight with stunning choreography. But I will say, I kept thinking of this meme.
That man's an imposter. That man is the imposter.
Which, of course, is why we designed this Battle of the Twins parody shirt that you can get at our merch store. Also, in the book, there are several versions of this fight, and no one quite knows which one is true. Some say that the brothers began with an I love you. Others say they didn't have a kind word for each other. Some say they died in each other's arms, wetting themselves with their tears. Others say that they died 4 days apart. But in the end, all of these accounts were just a little bit true. The brothers did say I love you, although not at the beginning of the fight. They do die together, but not in each other's arms. And most importantly, they don't truly slay one another. Sir Eric killed his brother and then he killed himself. Now, one of my favorite things about this show is how they get to fill in the gaps of all these stories from the book and flesh them out. And they did that perfectly here. I also thought that it was interesting that Sir Eric killed himself. Now, in the book, it seems like they just had a bloody fight to the death where neither could prevail. But I think it's much more powerful that he killed himself because he couldn't stand murdering his brother. This show has a ton of kinslaying, but this one scene really gets across how painful it really is. Also, So, under the laws of the Seven, kinslaying is one of the most heinous crimes a pious person can commit. We cut back to the Red Keep. Notice that Alicent isn't wearing her seven-pointed star necklace anymore. Now she's wearing a necklace with multiple seven-pointed stars and seven-pointed earrings. It's a bit overkill. It's almost like she did something she feels guilty about she's compensating for.
I hope we get more. Damn. I hope we get more of the House Black in the next episode, and I'm pretty sure that we will, because this episode was more focused on the Green, but it needed to be because they're the ones that just had like the big thing happen to them. You know what I mean?
Must be compensating for something.
We also get the first mention of Daeron, who I honestly was not sure would be in this show. Daeron is the youngest son of Alicent and Viserys, and it seems like he's been a ward of Hightower for his entire life. At least, we never see him with any of the other kids. In the book, he has a dragon named Targaryen, and who knows, maybe we'll get to see him. Now, one of the most telling things in this entire episode is all Alicent wants is comfort. She has done everything her father asked. Even now, she's trying to get him back to Aegon's side. But he still can't love or comfort her. He won't even try. And immediately, we see the same pattern played out between Alicent and Aegon. No one on the Greens can actually rely on their family for love.
I just need
Alicent can't get comfort from her father, so she can't comfort any of her own children. She neglects both Aegon and Helena emotionally in this episode, and Aemond literally buys motherly affection. The siblings can't even comfort each other, as we see with Aegon and Helena. They're all under the same roof, but the entire family is emotionally estranged. Compare that to Rhaenyra and her children. When Lucerys died, Rhaenyra comforted Jace as soon as she saw him. Jace remembers not just one loving father, but two. Though Daemon is volatile and somewhat removed, Rhaenyra shows her children that she cares about them, not just as potential heirs, but as people. So, guys, that's everything that we caught in this episode. What did you guys think? How did you like Season 2 so far? Big shout out to the writer of this video, Brianna McLarty. You can find her.
I thought this was that was a dope little breakdown that we got right there. Oh, snap. Oh, no. Wait, what's happening? Turn that off. There we go. My bad, y'all. Yeah, I loved this episode. Shout out to Screen Crush for that awesome breakdown as well, yo. I'm here for this, yo. I'm here for everything that we just got and more. I can't wait for what's going to be going on with the new episode that we had. Like, this show is really fantastic. They do one hell of a job. Hey, I appreciate you, Olivia, for the follow. They do a one hell of a job with getting everything. I think they plan everything out very tediously. You know what I mean? It seems like there is a plan here. It doesn't seem like we're just kind of going by the seat of our pants by any means. It seems like this is something that was well thought out, and we know like everything that happens is going to have a reason for it. And I think we talked about that last week with the start of the show, was that every piece of dialogue, every scene, everything that they put in the first episode actually mattered, and it was going to build up the rest of what was going to be going on for the rest of the season. And I think that this episode is continuing on that notion and on that fact. And I'm pretty excited to see where all of that ends up, really ends up going and what it all ends up amalgamating to. I kind of spoke on it a little bit earlier, but I would love if we actually got to see another little time jump at some point and then get to go a little bit further down the line, or, a little bit further down the line within where everybody's catching fades a little bit more. Because we do have a lot of setup to be going on, and I feel like we have a lot of moments to touch on. But I also feel like we got a lot of action to see, a lot of war to see, and like Olivia said right here in the chat, and I think Rhaenyra also said it. The dragons are coming, and it's gonna be dragons fighting, and I am here for all of that. I do not think I have seen anything like that before yet. There is like dragons fighting sounds amazing, and we have not really seen dragons going at it in a minute. So I'm ready to actually see that in this show, and I'm hoping that it comes. I'm hoping that it comes soon. But yeah, I would love to know how you guys all feel about it. And again, we'll be doing these watch parties for House of the Dragon every single Sunday. And we also do watch parties for other shows like The Boys and The Acolytes. So you guys can definitely tune in for those as well. But yeah, I think with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and bring it to an end because we we was checking out that episode. It was all lovely, and I love it. So let me know how you guys are feeling. I hope to see you guys next week as well. This was an amazing episode of House of the Dragon. Thank everybody for tuning in over there on TikTok, on the Tuberino, on Twitch, on all of those platforms alike. I definitely appreciate all the love and support from you guys. For real, it's been one hell of a time. And you guys, I hope everyone has a great rest of their Sunday. And this was a crazy ass start to the week, you guys. So I'm hoping it's just up from here for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate you. Shout out to Olivia. Shout out to you. Also, MJ, I appreciate all of you guys, man. And I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their day. As I always say, if you haven't already, make sure you follow us on all social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions for whatever particular thing I may be partaking in at that particular time. You can also check out that weekly podcast wherever you check out the podcast at. I definitely appreciate y'all for real, and I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their day. As I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
If you guys would like to support Mark Bros, all you gotta do is visit our website at www.markbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you later. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture